everyone. I'm going to ask for those of you in the audience, I understand everybody wants to have a good time, everybody's drinking, eating, enjoying themselves, but if we could just keep the noise level down a little bit so everybody could hear our great interview subjects, that would be fantastic. And with that, I'd like to get into our next discussion. Again, my name is Nick Powell. If you're just joining us on the live stream, this is our State of Brooklyn event. I'm the City Hall Bureau Chief for City and State. I am very, very pleased to be joined by City Councilwoman Laurie Cumbo. Round of applause, absolutely. Laurie represents the 35th Council District, which is actually adjacent to the district we're in right now, representing Fort Greene, right? And
Clinton Hill, Prospect Heights, Crown Heights, and parts of Bed-Stuy.
There you go. Laurie, I'm very pleased that you were able to join us tonight, and I wanted to start off the discussion on talking a little bit about affordable housing in the borough. So we heard from Borough President Eric Adams about kind of his vision for how the borough can kind of help incubate kind of some of the affordable housing placed in near transportation corridors. I'm curious, since you're a city council member, you're obviously engaged in the local community. You hear the concerns from the constituents. What are some of the around housing specifically? What are some of the issues that you would like to bring to light in your role as a council member?
Okay.
And if everybody could please keep your voices down so we could all hear Laurie Cumbo's answers to my questions. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. How are you all doing? Has everybody gotten a drink? Sounds like some of y'all needed to go get a drink or something like that. I just wanted to say I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight. And I know that many of you are just getting to know one another and meet, and you're doing all kinds of transactions and deals and talking about very important things. But I would so appreciate just 10 minutes of your time, because you're going to want to hear what I'm going to have to say. This is some revolutionary stuff I'm about to drop on you. This is revolution. This is going to make history. They're going to be talking about this interview next week, and I would hate for you to say that you missed it because you were talking to your friend. So I'm going to first start off by thanking City and State for inviting me here today. It's an honor to be here. Is Brooklyn in the house today? Is Fort Greene in the house? Clinton Hill, Prospect Heights, Crown Heights, Bed-Stuy. All right. Well, now that I've gotten your attention.
That was good. You did better than I did.
Our district and Brooklyn, New York is so exciting, and I was very proud to stand today with the Downtown Brooklyn Partnership, Borough President Eric Adams, and many housing advocates. We are launching this Thursday a series of affordable housing workshops, because what so many people say is that they don't know how to engage with the affordable housing. Every time a lottery happens, people say, how did that lottery happen? I didn't know about it. So what we're doing is we're going to start off with a series of 5 workshops to make sure that Brooklynites are prepared to apply for affordable housing. It's going to talk about how to fix your credit, how to apply for the application, the rules of engagement. It's going to let you know about all of the different elements of how to apply for affordable housing. Because what happens, what many of us don't know, is that there are so many projects where they don't have enough applicants who are qualified to meet the thresholds. So we're going to start with what we can do first, and that's making sure that applicants are qualified, they have the credit, and they're ready to go.
Now,
I see Councilmember Brad Lander just came in. Councilmember Brad Lander, how are you? Kisses.
Hi, Brad.
Brad, I need you to hold it down back there for me so that they can hear, okay? So you'll serve as the example.
So Laurie, pivoting from kind of actually staying a little bit towards affordable housing, but also kind of maybe speaking to public safety as well. I know that that the administration, the de Blasio administration, has extended summer hours for NYCHA community centers. Now, obviously, NYCHA has the reputation for being kind of a very intransigent organization. Can you explain to the audience the significance of this move and how it might actually help resolve some of the reputation of summer as being kind of the hot season for crime? How this could maybe help create a diversion for NYCHA residents to perhaps keep them safe and keep them out of trouble.
I think one of the things that's most important is that the mayor was instrumental in not only keeping the 57 senior centers and community centers that were slated to close, but also keeping them open until 11 o'clock at night, particularly on the weekends. So that's been something that's been extraordinary for me, is to have these community centers that normally would be closed, the opportunity to be open late at night. So I'm very proud of what the mayor has been able to do, but most importantly, our district, and through the partnership and leadership of many community-based organizations, we're attempting to do programming almost every other day to make sure that the young people are engaged. So we're doing a basketball tournament every Saturday with Taj Gibson, who plays for the Chicago Bulls. He's from Fort Greene, and he's decided to come back and give back to the community in a very meaningful way. We have So You Think You Can Dance, we have So You Think You Can Sing, we have game nights, spades tournaments, we have dance classes, we have step teams, we have all of Brooklyn united to provide safe programming so that young people not only feel loved, but they feel cared for, and they know that in our community that we're not just saying say no to everything, but we're not providing them what they can say yes to. So for everyone, I'm very excited about the dynamics in this room, but I would so encourage everyone to get involved with their NYCHA developments or the NYCHA developments in Brooklyn to provide programming so that our young people will have safe alternatives in the summer. Because as Brooklyn grows, we can't continue to grow if our communities are not safe.
Now, shifting gears a little bit, you have a background in the arts in your previous job. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the obviously burgeoning, flourishing, I should say, art scene in Brooklyn. What are some things that maybe the average Brooklynite doesn't know about the art scene that you would maybe recommend going to see, or just some certain museums or galleries that you think are notable? I'm curious to get your kind of overall take on how that scene has really developed in our borough.
Well, before I talk about arts and culture, I want to say that I am chair of the Women's Issues Committee in Brooklyn, New York, which I'm very proud about. Now I'm going to make a note. Now, when Borough President Eric Adams was here just a moment ago, you all were very quiet and very attentive. But now that a woman is up here, I'm not getting that same attention. So I want to ask all of the men and women in the room, I politely ask for your undivided attention and to show the same level of attention that you gave to a very dynamic man, our Borough President Eric Adams. And now I will proceed to talk about arts and culture in Brooklyn. Thank you. So I am very happy that we are here at the Brooklyn Historical Society, because this is the fusion and the dream that I've always had, to have art and culture and politics fused together. So this is incredible. Many of you know that I'm the founder of an art museum. And what many people, and I stress this, and Councilmember Lander can stress to you how passionate I am about the arts. It's important that we see the arts as a tool for economic development, for improving our communities aesthetically, economically, politically, but art is the glue that bridges the diversity throughout Brooklyn, New York. It's what brings us together, it's what creates our soul and what creates our humanity, but it's also what brings us together in order to have dynamic economic revenue streams that were never thought possible. So I'm very excited to see that, but I also noticed that when we bring art into, let's say, our NYCHA developments for programming, it transforms those those communities in a very incredible way. So it's important that we utilize and see the arts as an incredible tool to unite all of us.
Terrific.
And I also want to add, too, that I think that it'll be very exciting. We went on a tour. I'm very excited also about the potential of the Democratic National Convention coming to Brooklyn, New York, and the ability to bring art and culture and politics together is going to be incredible in the 35th Council District.
I can't believe we've gone this long without talking about the DNC, actually. But
That's why I'm here.
obviously.
I told you this is going to be historical.
So, Laurie, before we wrap up, I just wanted to ask, what are some things that you have going on in your district that you would want to highlight for us tonight? Either things that you're working on or just anything going on in the community in general.
My district is the most exciting district in the borough of Brooklyn. Sorry, Brad. And we have so many dynamic things going on. We have the opportunity to expand our cultural district. We were able, through partnerships in the city council, to provide research for the expansion of BAM, for 651 Arts, for the Brooklyn Public Library, for the Navy Yard, which is going to produce over 3,000 jobs, for the Botanical Gardens. Like, this district is on fire with amazing expansion. We also have the opportunity to build and create what's going to be a multi-million-dollar state-of-the-art armory in the Crown Heights section of Brooklyn, New York. This is going to be an incredible opportunity to provide educational resources, affordable housing, athletic facilities, partnerships with Medgar Evers College, which I'm very proud of. But I also want to talk about a partnership between Medgar Evers College and the Navy Yard, which is going to create a model so that young people will have the ability to transition into the technology sector coming right out of college. So these are some of the very exciting developments that are happening in the district that I'm very excited about. But of course, this is also going to be the epicenter of the development of affordable housing. And we are going to be at the forefront of making sure that our borough benefits from the affordable housing options that were started under my predecessor, and they are going to continue throughout. But what I think is most exciting about the 35th Council District is the diversity. And that diversity serves as a model for the rest of the borough and the city of New York. But it's very important that we make sure that we preserve and protect those opportunities for all of us to live here in Brooklyn, New York, but to benefit from the diversity and from one another and all that live here in Brooklyn, New York. So I'm excited to lead one of the most exciting districts in the city of New York because we are going to make history. We have everything from affordable housing to luxury condominiums to public housing developments, from an Orthodox Jewish community to a large Caribbean community living side by side. We have an opportunity to be a model for the rest of the world.
Can we have a round of applause for Councilwoman Laurie Cumbo, please? Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Councilwoman.
Thank you very much, and you all were a fabulous audience.